ahwefo nyina akwa abashonko Enfambra Showdown Jumedi Esu Kumasi Online TV, Thick TV, and our face on the Friends of Ken TV, and if you are the Yasewa. Majime Dradi Ekwaso me my mummy the nyina no eba aba somo when you subscribe ya Mr. subscribe ma wahi na comment section na senso no nkomo twetwe nda ye ba twetwe no bibibiara wo ka bia no so de afa honom de ama me wuwie so ama refi so be share video we ama nu ebi no eja no so awo so de ama obi foforo sese de bia me kan me se fia da dru se ni de ya na ye boja ye ane nti me ma communicators na so akwanya about 3 pm na eja wom so aba senase na de ekoso ye man mu ni ade yina no ya twetwe enkomo de afa wona hye ne to se mreko nanim no ensama aba won krata na mu nyina ATP beba betenase na eja wato ne bo apensempense ni nyina mu de amaye na wo man Ghana so de bia me kasa asem we sese man ne bekoso a ejina me no mienu so ye nipa ba akopɛ entumi ema man no enkoso ye wone ema bi wo hono ma ye ntimemufo no ye be ye ase ye nyina no ye decide na ye ko ye ka ya adwumbom sa de we de ye be se ye ma oman Ghana ko nanim a ye betumi aye na ama oman Ghana akonanim ebre no da ATP den krata ne mu nsensem eba be som ye no na ye kasa e de afa akwanhia ho road accident ne ade ajase nansen no ekoso na anu ada krade esi wotechiman kwa so a enipa ba kudu mienu womo femu a womo ehre womo nkwa ya na mitufo ekacha driver for sisi ane de ye rewra nsutobre mu na sabre we so nyambre panti wo ye driver ni na se wo kɔ na se wanto obo na wo de amerika mi ya fa ho mepentem mi ko hwe wo magu abantam a wanhwa a wo ni nipa dom e wo hye ni mu nyina no mu nyina mo beto na nom no mo nsie do ye mpe ne santi no ye sra driver for ye papa ba sisi ane de nsutobre mu ane ntemo drive a na my very careful ede amaye na de ba koso a one of the be fan say na watchwe ahwendi ye papa eye nsuo ya etoto ye buhua esese ye amanfo Agyapade bebi wo hono ma nsuo no eyiri fa wo mo ne ade ma memfa mo nkwa na memfa mo nkopie mu wejagbawe na wejagbawe constituency de in fact afibia torenchem eto wo mo na ye wodam kese ewe wejagbawe wonom a honom no Ghana Water Company de nti anytime obi ada jese nsuo beto bia nsuo beto de denden na afi so down na so meka se nsuo na abu afa so bia no na wo mabie na wo mo bie nso de a enkrofo wo mo te sa surrounding ni nyina buhua wo mo ya affected enye NDC ba ye na sa de be hya ase MPP wa be mu 8 years ade we koso last time me betena ha ka chem se sisi ane de okopie mu ankramantem a ade a wo mo de ban atu dede yosho ntino se bia anka first nka wo mu ba bebie dam nano a wo mu be ye dede wo mu be ka ye bebie o nsuo na bu afa show ni ade se de be ya people a wo mu te honom no wo mesesa wo mu niam na wo makope baby fufuro na wo makwa but enne no in as much as performer yate ase say ayade information ne koye but some of the residents no so just say they koye ni ade nyina no wo mante na dama chese wo wejagbawe honom no I don't know who should be held responsible because one MCE kasa DC kasa one more member of parliament so kasa and it looks as if say dan day nyina no busia Ghana ye stand still baby a yetim no ehonoma ene yetim I remember last 4 years me ameti ebusia me tutu me na pam ekopie mu hono ebre je say ye bie dam ye je say most of the houses say wo honom ni ade nyina no eho nyina ye flooded that je say wo gina honom kra na so ye dipateti a wanhwa ebeka okonko a we any patenten so insure betumi afro wa de aba bedru wusisi in fact sad ye ekoso weja igbawe hono de ha adwen ye papa and the most funny thing is aya yesi insure na ayama ena ye bie said ye be ye bi be ba besin akonti ye bie dam ne sa na afi aba na be flood na aba be ye but there are people who are staying around that place so Ghana Water Company yes we need response on this issue eba it is not as if say wo mo so de anopa na wo mo ko bie wo mo tapa issue but there be people around Makati who they are all complaining issue no emma but there be a better show no yes ensure ye for sure there be yes ensure ye ma show there be ensure ye ma and every year be bushia wo mu be dam na enkrofo mu around affected and also to MP yes say agwado wo MP kra de honorable Jerry Ahmed me ba cho me sire be so as at now are we going to wait till say afibia insuo no ensen krofo niama nsana ya pekwa ye be for so ye be relocate wo mo ana say ye be demolize demolish buildings ne ade to say wo hono nyina said ye be ya wo mu bie dam na e betumi aba besia akọ because this issue no we need to solve it else ye bibi fa ho ha adwen ye papa. And I still don't know why in here. Or because as at the time as idea we crash us here no. Now buildings ni bebre now honma na ye uncompleted. Into residents it's not like they are not aware. They are aware say afibia to ranchema esi e we jagba weni. But these people will still sit down, still keep mute and wait cause say ye be da me na just say aflade afa wo mo honum nyina ansa no ma hyase so afre ye man pani e so afre ga manche e so afre wo mo MP wombra na wombra mebua wo can't we do something said ye be ya afibia dama ye bia ni ade at least bibia betimi abrase ana wo MP ankasa ekopie mu honum na in fact ebusuan eya areho ye papa wo hye obi wo honum an ne ba wo na be 5 months 6 months na insuo na koni dem honum ni ade nyina nipa no okoda himfa mpo okoda himfa and I hear sure ye high die ya ne ye to asase ne so no me pacho waterlogged areas ye sit down wo ho baby wo ho no ma ye sit down wo ho no ukwo high die ya me pacho bisa questions. Because at the end of the day, everybody will start blaming the president. Mr. President, you sure you for your demo. Mr. President, say yes, you. Mr. President, say yes, you. Mr. President is a single man. He cannot take care of everybody. And nothing you want MC, you want DCs, you want MPs in your but afibia esiani abetena ha ne abeka wasem ne abeye hudeda afene so nya na jese we nsure ne na dry up no obi ato na adwen mu na afefofra aba na the same issue 90 enkosi da ben eye wan asade nipa na ye na asade no what is the person doing about it emsia yenko wejagba constituency Yangosha said Yanrada and then answer won't be a dam no. The number of people are my affected. Any idea you know ephemeris here. Sorry,
Kumasi online.
Ago. Vanenye.
Kumasi online.
Mankasa de ni na be gu from there.
Yeah.
Kumasi Online.
Ana punya misha watu. Wanyo kase wako ni mzo. Kwa hasa ni ya sisi. Ya misha, wabade
air conditions so me my boys see them boys no e mo back me boys here when it's overwhelmed. You know, everything you are seeing, you came to do. You can always do it again as long as you have life. Somebody has it. So if the rain and the spillage is not too much, you be. And then you're ready. And you're ready. That's how my mother is ready.
Kumasi Online.
Ebusuanti dam spillager just say e call show e wo weja gbawe no nipa o just say wo mo buildings ne wo mo fie no ne ade nyina nsuo no e yira fa ho no ne nyina no e ye kohwe ba ya just say wo mo MP in fact wo bo adwuma ye papa wo hwa se ne manfo ho e beto wo mo ne manfo ho e benya beebi a wo mo de wo mo ti e beto me sesa ne ma we ya e koso yi in fact e yade a emwa ye nkra but the question is who is to be blamed. And now why na ya ba be blame no most times I na make say at the moment wo mo be sha ase wo mu si dan no the very people e was ye so wo mu anase MC ye wo honom anase assembly member wo honom MP wo honom no and a district assembly nankasa e was wo mo de wo ma no tumu bi na wo mo matimemu 40 ase se aha ye water log area aha nye bra wo betumi esi dan bagana for esa politics amebo ayen politics aba be se bibi entino sa asem na nipa ne kampone ya sempa ebebu a obeti ana na ane ena mo ba ye ena mo tete ye na yedu election time a ye nto aba no efama but most time no aya na de empenifo ne hwehwe na sa de empenifo ne ka no aya na ya de pa aya na ya de pa but because of politics into no se nipa na ya de kura ya de pa betumi aboa ne man kura na wo bi amba so obeji atum said ye ne ye ni abedi a ye abo aban na chi e ka chi aban ne say they need to do something about this so de bia ye bia dam na che say eyira fa amanfo obi wo hono ma oni sika wo de kwa kwa han dan wo kromo obi wo hono ma ne che say fite ne suru aba ni fom no eno ani baby a wo de te ye wajagba we hono ma nsuo yira fa no some videos bi wo hono ma busu me ni boss kwa na me ra ho me ho ye papa me ni boss wa na me ra ho me ho ti ye catch aban ne say aban ni ntwe nani no ma ye bibi mfanfa hono ma we ourselves ne so wo hide and show na wo so we bisem because afibia esi debi afibia ye beka ya no atum na ya ehwe han na esi ni abaye hu deda hodrai ya pane asa shate am na the same thing na yentumi nya ne saa ma ni nyeye na afi no video bi kura circulate in fact sa video no so kura busua me ni boss wa na afi ni ebufuo no kura kosoro mo. I sometimes wonder what is wrong with we Ghanaians. Debi amekasa asem we say Ghana needs change o. Ghana ye hiansa saye like we need obi a ohu or like obi a nani a dempa obetumi aba beji o man Ghana die so hiansa emwa me ba cho mo fa eye kaswa video bi a me ne kaswa bola no mfa to so mfa ma munyi sa ni film na mo fa sa video no mfa to so ma me na metie fo na ma hwefo nhwa ade kwa te se Ghana fo ni bi wahu ebuhwa ye jimi meto de bi a me to 7 fa ma obi a wajimi sometimes I wonder the kind of ebra ye ma me no munyi san ye na wo mo kwo ye the kind of pani a doctor for the wo ye mu bi. Imagine a whole kaswa see video baby a timemfo enante fa ho che se Ghana fo ewurade nyankopɔ o man ben kura ni a kwabra ne to mesesa ne bola di free fie wo be hie bola ni die go ho iti imagine say sa bola ya esum wei insuo hyase se to a bola ne me pa hwe be kwa kogu yi insuo hyase se to sisi a bola yi ebe kwa kogu yi. It is say, ye ba na chiti ye timemfo so ye tumi ma ya adwen ni ye adwuma kakra. Adwen na da ye tirimu no, nyansa na nyankopon de ma ye, it ye tumi ma sa adwen ni ye adwuma. Ye ba hu na nsuo to, na kwabra ne asesa ne bola de afri ni fie, no be cha de egu nsuo ni mu. Flood is here ye say, aban na mebo ayen. Imagine this. Imagine this oh. Enye krebiase na CEO city kaswa chese obi anim kaswa CBD mo hwe kwan ne ho. Till when will this thing stop in our country? Ekosi breben ena saa nyema we ya ekoso ebusua etu betwa. Ekosi da ben. How would you pick bola from your house? Mo abejade egu ho. Mo amoton wade a wo market. Mo so mo ye mo bola na mo so mo ba abejade egu ho no mo jade egu ho no de ama wan. Mo je egu ho de ama wan. Obi tu kwan a ne fie bola otumi de kofu VIP bus wo jade ato VIP bus. Are you correct? Ghana 47 ya adwene ntia ye adwuma. Where would you pack a whole bola and go and live it there for who? And the Zoom lion for, do you know the amount they take? They take 250 Ghana cedis a month. MCs, DCs, yes, Ramo. And you remember one me yemajuma. I will say yes, Ghana wati. And ye bibiani e beba by nechi. Say a man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Say wo ye bibi di aboa ya. Ye timemfo no so ye bibi na no so enso na ni kakra. And this is not the only place. Say do anwumre pa na busua wokọ kejetia pa na eduma wo hu. Wo don sabe good tri so asu. The number of ballers are obekona say sum ho. Nanu ada ena juba. What it does bins ebe sisi you honom say mo bi amfa ball and fan to form wo ye ball na wo prapra wo sto anim ni ade a na west bins na ye de sisi honom no mo de akwa akogum. We had someone to tell us say e ya de te say das bin na zuba de ebe si honom esi ono ni sto anim ti ye pagyan free ho sanka zube ni ambre afa ne na yensi fom se baby a wom de west bi nesi ya bana we pia ye betu afiri wo dabre ho na wo ton wade na anka mhwe anka nkofo we ebufa so. Look at all this. Look at all this. Obedum nsuo onam kwa ho no wagya ato onom nsuo to na kwabrane afa de ball de afirifie no obehie de egu nsuo ni mu ye be kasa asem we ya akwa akosi daben enunti na anu Adashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amoako hene ebra wode ba abonten be ka che Ghana for say asantefo mpo say nsuo to na wo se kwabrane asesa ball ba be hie egu nsuo ni mu wo de afa phone na video na fa be send no ye be fine sa nipa no Ghana hia sesaye wo ko be memu a wo be ma wa adwen na ye adwuma ti adenti na wo ye Ghana ni a wo fie de wo ma sa adwen na wo tu kwa ko be memu be ma na ye adwuma wo ma sa adwen ni nye adwuma ana na wo ma sa adwen ni nye adwuma na nsuo to na kwabrane asesa ball no ko hie gu nsuo ni mu. Are you correct? Do you think or do you care of baby a nsuo no e kwa na adwen me na chese bu hie Ghana for da ye tirimu sa no enye fiasa be hyase so many years nsuo to na se yiri bia ye beka ho asem ne so nkosi aga
Kumasi Online.
ye bo aban na chi no na ye timemufo so yes sa ya adwen mo tum dodo ya adwen mo sum adwen bani ahye ye tirimu madodo and it's not good enye adai ene me hu ba stop voice for so wo mu video bi a circulate the same issue insuo ya eto ya yiri fa manfo fie ni ade bola chese baby a hoye chese baby a hoye big gas akra drainage place e wosanka nsuo no kogu no ya sesa bola de egu ma hono machoki into the moment nsuo no be hyase se eto no obehu ana akwa hono nyina ebusia ya sha Pastor Boys for wo video a wo so de be so abefo ntentan fidie no so no ya sha sa video no enfemra sisia.
We have to set the record straight. Is here so to another trend, but beyond the trend, what is the problem? Hi, Malam Johnson. Shade. I'm just going to set the record straight. But see, there is nobody in this country with me. Like I say, whatever we talk about in terms of sanitation, we are metro traffic AC because of common sanitation. Malam Johnson designer from this side is over Vibre, from top is over Vibre. I had the final receiver. I'll bet you soon na I ran it through this. Ghana no assembly here. Yem pese about those who call assembly na go head the assembly here.
Kumasi Online.
This big 3 tunnels in construction the exit ni say is so free top free hani ha ni nyina begua na to ne bo awura miensa we mu kakra aka de pie street ne ho e be kire de tia flood ne da so koso o sa tokro we minim for sure but everything 1.2 mm 1.2 mm covered. This is a supply. I'm not speaking from a layman's perspective. Near construction here, civil engineer by practice. So I'm speaking to you as a technical person. And the way no so here, papa, and consoling na begua. Na I ran it through hase. Na copy anymore. Now because of our behavior, our thinking and mentality, no. Adeo, chippings in Zuni. I hear grandma man. Where's your chippings? Chippings na ye kwan na anyhow no. So tonight we are delving into the issue of sanitation, unraveling the mystery and getting deeper into the root cause, so that if indeed we are not excited about flooding and showing videos and all of that, then we must begin to come to the conversation table with one voice and one Ghana. If not, flooding will continue to be a trend. And I'm not a prophet of doom, but every year comes say we are there Ghana be flooded. The 3 big tunnels now na metro from the other end no bro. You see the scenario I give you no. I'm not here to do content. I'm not a content creator. I'm not a blogger. I am somebody who is deliberately telling you the root cause of all the problems. It is our 3 big tunnels now na metro. I had a BPU. You see what's your family na and I ain't me from because I had a sea. In the Malam Junction conversation and flooding, no me say suban bone and this situation ne ba no. Into the whole basement ha me gina say no. Previously so to na hanyina flood here. She form. Chini Jonas be say 1 minute bia na ateche na mu. So basically, you cannot tell me you don't care. Look at that. Huge traffic. Very huge one. Now, often say from first light, huge traffic because of what? Sanitation. Sounds na baby I'm doing a fi Shibani La Paz Ebano. Almost some traffic and the conversation about sanitation is not something anybody in this country can say he or she doesn't care. Because whether you care or not, flooding can contribute to road distraction, it can contribute to traffic. Sorry, we're going to feel about best at 9. About 7:12, share traffic, no? Sanitation. That's it. That's it, Nana. Amen. That's it. Amen.
MC Ambassador Boys video no and in fact I don't know why Ghana for yemu bi wo hono ma se bi adwen ni nye adwuma adwen no etum saa usasa bola na wakwa kojadi egu bebia without thinking of say a day na besi nsuo to how be na de beba chese ase obia living a life to say your mind na yetim ne se bi mranim obia ye ne bebia to say your mra ne your mind mu obia ye bebia he doesn't even think of tomorrow onjun ya de che wonjun de besi biom Obia living a life basa ya nemu sa yewu anase bi ni yewu ya kwa asamado ade ye ko be ko heaven and now ko be ko sam jema na wo obia ndwin bibia afan for mine ho me se Ghana best sana Ghana be fa ne ntuma pefra ye hia leader obeba ba boyen because I crocro no baby do baby careful oh mama nkotu bola ni ngu honom bua yen David Ghana for yempe Saka sache boko na Ghana for yempe ye pelida wo beba bet faba adia hye ye no e na be ma Ghana for ya adwe ne be reset afi bia nsuo to yes nsuo yira for ho nsuo di obi ko nsuo asaye amafo japade o na so yembe se ye ho se nsuo na ekono wo bola na wo sesa ya wo be hwie di gum no e ka ho bi na nsuo no ese mo japade no. Sanitation Minister, you have a very big work to do. Wejuma a eda oso a wasa wo ye na ejuma ne so. Ejuma no eswan kasa. You have to start early. Said ye be ya ye be kwa early because we are still in the month of May. Inti May kura anka ye be ka so May kura de en sheda nya month bi a nsuo to kese bia sampo de busu anu nie na de ye be ra June July mu de em se enkramantem wo nyina ho be yiri ho nyina be yiri bu afaso but o asantemantem ha na nsuo to na wo de wo hu se kwabrane atam ni phone atam ni fie bola ba be hwe de egu nsuo ni mu a me patro kita phone na record wo de wo nya wo hu kwan ya be fa so de be send regional minister wo de fa send na ya so me de be kwa akoma no ya find independence sika wo be tua na shat regional minister so be ma o mu fa ye nye sa de ma we nyina se de be ya be bre efi ase na efi adokuru asanteman dodo efi adokuru Ghana dodo bola ka be siaba wo kwasesa bola no wo ba ekwam ho no wo be hwie bola ni de egu ho obi anya no hwe wo hwie bola ni de egu kwam ho no pa ne ka to ne bu hwa wodeko ye tu aban ne fo no na ye ntimemufo so no yes sa ya adwen na fact kaswa MC ai wakasa papa wo say wono ne de enkrofo agese wo mtonton ade o pavement ne so a wo mo ya no masesa bola no mo de aba begu honom ne ade wo ma wo mo 2 weeks obi entum free ho everybody park yon kuku ne wonkaka eho ye baby e wo se nipa nante eho nye baby a e wo se kwabra ne sesa ne niema so wo beton obi wo hon ma waje shop but obe se che ne niema na free shop ni mu a de aba begu kwan no na timemuni mpo nya baby mpo a wode ne nan besi in fact sasa wo kan ne de me de amefo ano so waje store wa me pato hye wo niema e wo store mu se na mo prapra so a enye monim honom na enye kwan ni mu e na ye baby e ba betu bola de egu ye ntie kaso MC ne se mo de atodwa no
cannot continue to be having this kind of attitude. It's about time say nipa ni be the best sign your attitude. This thing about Kaswa every day. The four things say we have to take over the roads with our way. It's neither here nor there. It is about time as had the was and we are coming to check all those things. A coin for nipa ni ashamed. A coin baby I shiga so. That signal must be sent clear, and we want them to take it from us. A coin for a shame, and nipa. a quite need baby I ever shake out so. A shop a bed say 20 feet by 40 feet length. Nipa na to me engineer mana ba buffer zone a dan ni na wahyeja e wo buffer no so ama wasa tra buffer na asa de nyama be gu kwan so. How do you do this? It's operation ya hu say aye enede na eye popobo aye de mo bi o wo kwan ni bia so no ya mo mu so bia fa ni we enko ni shop ni mo ya sa so the red line amake ontimi ma oniama entra sa ho no uhwe so a nipa ni bi ahe hwehan de concrete egu gata na nke wo say so fam freely no omo sili gata na ablock gata na amane so ne nkonti so no fa kwan so na ohwe de wi a esi aye kwan so na enhia saafo ni na ya ma 2 weeks to open up the drains na omo sansu timo ensesa debris ne frio na manso na eden etimi akwakoto we kese ne mu na akọ failure to do that na the appropriate sanction that includes closing down their shops until the right thing is done. We will do that. We cannot continue to be having this kind of attitude. It's about time say nipa ni be the best sign your attitude. This thing about kaswa every day. The four things say we have to take over the roads with our way. It's neither here nor there. Line echi bibi wo bia die be ba no the baby bibia unyama say I have for 2 weeks. It's enough for you to do this work. Na mumbie concrete na mudi eguso mumbie sa concrete in sure na find them e wo ho eni me ko pan so no ni shop ni waya me du ase na pan so enda ho bibia mo cement ne so aye me concrete so mububu na muyi gota we mu ansa na yaba enye sa ye be dina so ne ya lock shops no until say duma be
Music online.
The father said, so shopping the first week, what can I ever say? You never be too fancy. But it's one you can't any kind of you never be sleep on the kind of wine. Just shop the season. No problem. If you know how to be fancy, pay them. We there, you know, and that's yeah, man, 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, no take this away. Not that kind of guy. See the day I'm moving to not the show that. And yes, I need about the Nimrabi from
Kaswa MC ena sabre amenemo kase yakọ akwakotie ne nsem nyina ba wo ka che ne manfo se sisi ane se de nsuo ya etoto ne ade yiri fa kwamu ne ade beebi a chesetime mu fo so wo nante fa kra na mo majeje stores wo honom no wo ma hyehye wo niema ne nyina ma na ba kwamu no wo bia sesa ne niema nyina fi kwa ne ho fa nkogu incident sa ade nyame ya adom no mo ba ya ade o ba betu wo nyina no edi afi honom metwa so de amamode ana chese eno da ena mebeka kire mo se ane ene nansa Ghana fo ana wo mo South Africa no wo nyina nyankopon ya adom ema wo mutumi ebepie mu over 300 ebepie mu ewo yeman Ghana na ba wo mo ba ye no ena afi echire nsem na busua aye bubruja ye wo mo eyi ono kra meka ne se wo ye MPO se wo mo so de no se wo ye leader let me say it that we ko pie mo South Africa hono ma wo mo leaders ni bu ba kwa ye friend Julius Malima nja wo wakika nsem bi wo de nsem bi atudwa wo kire se Ghana for in fact ye foreign affairs minister honorable Kujato Ablokwa ene ye man Benin Excellency John Dramani Mahama ekwan ya chese wo mo fa so a wo mo react to this so xenophobic attack no asa na no too much enye se bia na wo mo pam Ghana for e dey free South Africa the reaction na wo mo react ya wo mo besesa wo mo manfo e dey free honom no na no dodo no obi ampami wo bia na wasanka Ghana for mpedi for to wo mo bo neja wo mo no wo mo edidi nkomo ne ade ansana wo mekase wo mo sesa wo mo nkrofo kra free South Africa wo ma sesa wo mo manfo na mete sa asem le bushia I got to realize this man is such a hypocrite. Yet have videos be braid and circulate to social media and so even Ghana for wo free South Africa be do Ghana and then sample wo mo bi hon ma wo mo kire ye wo mo chia ye brim wo mo ya bu wo mo a enya boketoa You are telling us, say, your man penny, any foreign affairs minister, best say, ne man for free honor no. Na tempeso. I said they were in a rush, they were in a hurry, and I am wondering, say, Papa way, what for ready be a son, what Bible saying, Ababeka son, and uncle was Patesanka, your foreign affairs minister. One time you could want now no can anuntum. Namun Sibrim Yama Funina and Kuomo, and Sunny a very reacted to it, I reacted to it, and none other yet her. And Ghana for Kwaka a year Lebanon. Yera Kennedy a compre ko in Japan. Wako far over 1,000 people. Edward Mube PMO Ghana. The amount of money he spent alone was $400,000. Debiam Kasa Sam will say Ghana here a bold leader. Ghana here a bold leader because Sansamia Julius Eke say Yera Kennedy a compre ko in Japan and a young man penia and one man bonte Mekasa Samuna Kennedy Crabes shut it down. Kennedy Mesusaniama Weso. Come Mesusaniama Weso. Why should you tell us say they were in a rush? What were you expecting them to do? Then an uncle expected one say woman ye. Elsia de yendi can call. Na yenkoshe Yera Kennedy a compre ko in Japan. Ni video asat tama na MPP wa baimu COVID de ba ye ni mu a just Ghana for kwa Lebanon mwa Kennedy a compre ko in Japan single-handedly or the mass uncle for no FMRCCR.
Related costs. So much has been done by government since the outbreak of COVID-19 to mitigate the adverse effects of the virus on Ghanaians. But I must say that we are not out of the woods yet. There is still a lot to be done. And it is for this reason that the ministry welcomes the support of benevolent individuals, such as the Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. On the matter associated with our dear compatriots in Lebanon, I wish to reiterate our displeasure in the manner Ghanaian nationals in that country have been treated. Government has in no uncertain terms registered its abhorrence of such inhumane treatment to the government of Lebanon on the harassment and earlier reports of abuse to which our nationals have been subjected to by some Lebanese employers. The generosity of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is public knowledge, and the donation today is only a testimony of his kind heart. And we expect this donation to fund the airfare of over 730 Ghanaians out of the 1,000 who are expected to arrive here. So you've taken a huge burden.
Okay, Ebusiantia, no. Yera Kennedy a compre ko in Japan. As at that time, Adoya, any and nature say, your man penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahawan, your foreign affairs minister, some will quit the 12 block. One so at home, prepare, one so the choir, Ecofa Ghana for over 300. Every South Africa, the BPM, my woman, a penny, and Julius Yenya Breaka say, your man penny, a foreign affairs minister, one so, one more Rashedo, Yentia Julius Nensem, no FMRCCR.
The Ghana response was not necessary because it now creates an impression that we are all like that, when it is a certain section of our society that needs to be contained by law enforcement. And one Ghanaian lady was saying, you see, the problem is, and I wouldn't have taken this option, the problem is we're being beaten in front of the police and the police are not doing anything. That's the problem. And when this opportunity came for me to leave, I left, because if the police can't defend me, it means the state is in agreement with the people who are beating me. So we think it was too quick. We'll still resolve this, and President of Ghana should have given us, some time to really deal with this matter, and we'll get to the bottom of it. We hope they will come back to their senses. We don't have to respond the same way they did. We need to pursue the diplomatic engagements with Ghana until we find one another. We don't think Ghana responded in a manner that really reinforces dialogue and diplomatic engagements. It actually creates a very bad, extreme situation, which is not. It's a selected few, and we are pursuing and persuading government to still act on those few, and we're saying to them, they must give us some time, they must be patient, and those who don't feel safe, especially the legally documented Ghanaians, should be able to run to police stations for safety, and then they will be directed to rightful places where they will be secured. But you know, it's an emotional issue for many of them, understandably so, but the reaction of government should have been, postponed a bit to give us an opportunity to deal with what is happening here in South Africa.
My last question, I'm sure the colleagues would also want to talk about local issues. The issue here, you also have genuine concerns by South Africans. 30 years on.
Julius Malema and Etienne and Seminaba watch let's say your man penny rashi too much na said your reports nibi ba say Ghana phone bu honoma na ya bu omo mechie prepra ni ade bra na police fo gina honoma wo man ye bibia amfa ho no wo say eba ne sana na asede de ekọ so ni ade nyina wo mu mpenifo no wo mu ni timemfo no ya adwene nso entesa ba said your modi emrika kwosesa amoma fufuru honom de wo no Julius de wo ne mo enya adwen kra metu asem ne so e de amamode a meka de base ana waje so say Ghana first meka de base ana waje so say job for the youth the base was a power and not that in fact ni jesem bi ekosho e the base party officer one kramante mu a na nya asem ketwa kra Mr. Cosby AJ and not that was also e donate 3 big story buildings ankasa e the base movement and afen was also e de car back so e ka ho e de ma wom so the ideologies of Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan e yade a wo gidi ye papa Kennedy ba wo be nyina wo so oba no wo ba aba bebie ndwuma e de ama Ghana for no de wo gidi no nti e na ne story buildings akese miensa no wo je mu nyina no e de ama the base for say wo mo nje na wo mo fanya party office na afi so de ka ebuhua ka ne de tia pankasa wo mo nje sa ka ne so na say de be ya wo mu day to day activities ni ade nyina no bebia betumi akosho wano na bra wo do na ti ye no e na Mr. George Oti Bonsu wono so e show me no so we ya wo de abade ya appreciate so much da senda no ya no we make sure say bi so e be sa so ababiom na say de base de busia say de bia me kana na me say de sifo akone say de amafo e donate in fact Mr. Cosby twede aponyankopon ensha wo ankasa yanko na yanko hwe enro afefe de ente say a e ko so e won kramantem no party head office na say headquarters no evemra sisia
agra Ghana da was enumere wama ye ni ade papa na me pese obesa bo din ni bio we me pese Ghana eti udin ene be bia wo kamedo enti udin na gasa me be feme Cosby AJ number 2 he na wo chama community 10 community 12 by office community 10 with the community 12 and our office work community 10 enti wo to aba wo constituency Tema Central. Wow. Na then a kawa enti munya kukudru. It made a whole building. A mother base. So one find your office. And so now some toka. A CP sitter. And the bread a base. So one find your you heard the base on this one. It is a chairman did your casa. See, your papa can get Agyapong. And you say, woman, and from Boba. And I'm going to tell you, see, say, Chima, and I will allow you to be a Juma. To make sure the way I had to be busy. Let the home can let me fail. And I'm so yes, I'm so literally about the bois, the beast, my movement. And I have and I bet you must sit on your own kind. I will do my just when you back and say it is mind blowing. Na enye won and they can why ya baby and rankwa ye call in shame. Obi nso atimi ama offices makoma ko 3. Enti mu say emframa bi eripo e Ghana. Na send me di kan Ghana etawasi. Kame and some of the base movement and so and that was now why the biara ebegina aka the base on center within area na saa ena yere Ghana fu nyina nkran enye se wo betoka ana se wo be magana office ana edan ena be kire se wo do Ghana debi ebia na wo de ana se wo betimi eni enuanom binum edi nkomo ahye wo nkran se won so won sori nyina na ye nyina ye mum en sori waka na ye nyi Ghana na ensio esan se emre na ni enframan eripo. The wind of change is on, and this is the time for us to rise up as Ghana. Na yenye Ghana ensio enframa injima. Me don't see wait.
Kumasi Online.
Go.
This movement.
The peace movement.
The peace movement. And then, any idea where you chance for a hostile time. You get more by peace movement. That was here in Standard. And we saw more. You share me because you manage to carry it. That was here. Thank you.
That's it.
Yenja kobi ya dawasi awo esen a odi abre ne hu se nye esen fefefe we nko a ne mo masa ma ya office awo kobi
Kumasi Online.
c'est the base movement ye timi namuso enchi tom emre base movement awo tema ene Ghana ni na bejiji se Ghana fo Nyema and for any achedia of the break the base movement. Yakra to the Biania every year. Yabasi a baby meeting. You will meet as young sisters who will be free. And I say, the insane, Yamra. Yabani who say, young men, a chedia for far on their brain. A chest be properly Asha say, I will Ghana. Nyamana and Boba. Exercise nyamiase bibiase eti the base ne de aba agina na eba benyini eti ba bibiara wo bia fa ho bra bedom base na yentimi nko na yenko enje yeman na yenko enje ichirima ya da yenua yase yesi yenim se mo amaka mo hweye senior the base movement eye mpanyimfo ne won a professor ye bibi ma nchirima next bibi wo mo something what is ye turn ye nim say te bia dodo no abeba na asem crime amiatimi agigana amanchima ye dabasi ye nua nyame nhyira bebree the base the base the base job for the youth and the base
Music Online.
MCNT no enrada fefedia chese Mr. Cosby okoye edema the base movement no ene yakọ akwa shaban yese won so wo bia betumi edi aba wom do mabie wo nsem edi ama obi antu wa wo bibia be so de dum the base fo bia me pacho akwenya no ewo honom ATP atena se asem aba wan krata ne mu no wo de ne nyina no eba aba be so me ejube ko bi so adaro mana me de show down ejube de ne so mu ntima me ntwa me husima enje abo afọ krata of Sisia.
Wow, what a nice cars. So peka eye neat pa afeni eye free so ede abadia. Contact Dennis Garage. Hona benya ka tiapo a eye neat pa ato. Ka efeye eye latest models cars aba. So pe eye Honda CR-V ana se Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Land Cruiser, Sparks enketenketin ya eye huba ube ni nyina obenya bi ewo Dennis Garage. Say need to be cry ye aba Honda CR-V hybrid engine capacity no 1.5 entry fuel obehu Dennis Garage ewo TI Ahmadiyya opposite one ma frewa homa true for so 0550 623377 eho ana Dennis Garage ewo.
Online.
All right, to Pekata who Dennis Garage wo menye bi ede ama ATB ma wakwaba. Bibia boko die. Ye do bo ade ase na nese me na aba won krata ni.
When you say na Friday na se boja ya ni sa enti ma me fa delegate for my tiefo ni ahwefo nyina kwa ba fa me ne dey show down jumadies na ne obepie mu e krata na tin say fit Monday na be see ne no krata bebre na e bo ho amane we ya the most resources say Angela List say the company na say ne mining company wo Malia mo chese fraud bi ni ade ne krata so ese kan wasem so asan so e na ya attorney general papa ya de na ye dubu an ho sense ma de bia da de che bi omko pie mu e wo cost na asem no gusua e wo ko na krata the delegate e bo ho ma na attorney general a woda se mu release ye ni secret ye documents ni nyina e fa emre ne krata enso e bo ho ma ne so asan so e na ye minority leader ya afanyoma kenifoni e da ha no ada wo be pie mu wo ya santima temo se ko pie mu e wo ye na wotumfo ne na se na bra ko pie mu apɛ na wo de tu wo manim se asantima ye MPP amanuko di ai de bia da abanfo bebe na kasa santiman de ye di twa MPP amanuko na furu ma no ne krata e bo ho ma ne sa afenyo marking asan so akoka biem se ye de tie bia ne ba na Santa region ase de ye MPP stronghold ne krata kan wase enso e wo hase wunya bia na eja wakenka ne nyina bi kama so e dia maye na tin se be month nie na se Samijan fever say ye opon kroma be na de ya broka be say ye opon kroma enye fidel debate bi e koso ye papa penekrata e twa hofoni kama so e dia ba me fa Daily Post enfa entwa so ne so be pie mokrata ne mo se na sa to it's forcing in phony ed hase no say en connected na bra na se MPP amanuko no wa bem kro mo so le ye na economy no na ye ne bibia ye ne ho bibi ase wo prepare so person so le gane na so ntimi so le nya na so mo ba bem no matima boa ame se no my Ghana economy net imagine bla ne krata e ka wasem enso e ha san so e na be pie mokrata fa to so enkono e ko wo twe ho no mo so so na se ye Brad Kwashi wono ena ye Ghana High Commissioner e South Africa no wo kire mu ka se ena no ada ya tin se me da na ya se wa kwa ko bossa video no ensama ye se ye South Africa for penifo e ka se even kwaya de sha na e South Africa pokra na mo krata na ekuta mo kra na enye solid na se na enye papa omo documents ni nya na enye valid no e den na wo kire mu ka se ye enipa 300 ye Wednesday no be pie mu e wo my Ghana mu ase 80% na document na ya dia na ye papa no mo permit say ja mo betimi atna South Africa e de krata Daily Post e bo ho amane e so e wo ha ma me fa Daily Graphic e fa ento so and also be PM Kratafe Tosso a drum yes and so Kratan in Manesato is forcing in phony Ed has said and now IMF homes and some is if it's in Eric when Nedo my gun a Bequaco PM or Honono and a Krate and so a Kawa so as a Samson Roberts Association for and so boy man penny JD and Basu ye Baba say I am a penny why are they Papa over 10 years in a Devia died raw rubber if from my gun and more say PM it will be master so about my gun and more say factories ni bebre na has an emo enema bebre na ne lucky was and so ya ma pani JD na ti o musu free say no matwem o man ga na mo say no ya kasa be ye rubber e has an krata e so e kan wasam krata for to so dum yenu san so e na wo ba na sia say so a e say na no ade su kase e to wo ye nkramanta mu no say sa ma for japade bebre da na krata e twa hofo ni kama e de aba mo de kokobo e de ma ye mo amotete be so ni da e dam ho no won be say say ni manim ya mo be packing mu tools akope baby foforo akotene ne krata daily graphic etwa hofo ni kama so e de aba with the new crusading guide that e to so do so be pie mo krata ni so a na say ya mia me wofa ye chama wontu menefo ni eda say said of national chairman e wo ye MPP amanuko na wo ko chia aye former major no wo enkramante mu na isi ano no so de endorsement ade amane say wo woni say chama wuntum betima badwuma ye papa party delegate wo MPP amanuko ni fa kokromoti power do kwoto amano former miame wofa ye chama wuntum ne krata ka wasem enso wo hasesan so na be piem so ase na say achemtafo government hospital na ye ohempon wo achemtafo no wetima ko donate eniema na sakadia ebetima bo hospital na ma hospital den sa for ne monto mapa efra ne krata ka wasem so wasan so na ye CDM for de kokobo de ma ye ma pani JDM ni pani for my God ne mo ase ye hwe na agric sector hono ma ya hwe ya dachi bi se enia beba kwa atwi ye baba pade ma my God for titiru ene ye niema ye nyane ye dwa no okro ma se ye be be store no kro na ya na kwa bibie ho na se do akuafo ni su baba pa ye so mo niema bebre na ese ye kopie mu wo ye edra mo so mo nyi obi kra mo nto mo bro ni de keke ne krata bo ho amane CDM for de kokobo bo ye ma pani JDM so won for ne 9 NC for no won hwe na niema bebre na timi nkoso na akuafo ne so no ho ehenha wo mane the dual studying guide twa ho for ni kama so de aba me daily guidance so de to so eno so wo kopie mu wo eye enzema na say Asante region ya sorry Asante region ya say ya Amansia South na ya say eye galamse say koso okroma say yensuo say sas na galamse fo na bia say amno mutu no ene jam na say buagu om so nipa mako and 9 ene krata kan wasem so asesan so ena obe pie mu ase so na say yes say ja ya man pani je dia wutimi ka ya kasaboa enfa hye yense enfa hye ye ene krata still 9 people amanuko no mani abiye papa wo mo kasare fa ye democracy ni ho ne krata daily guidance so kan wasem krata fa toso ye miensa enso wo hasesan so na muntaka na no ade so mukopie mu e wo parliament house no wo kire mu ka se remand ni ye bill no ho sense no de nsem bebre na edutu dwa ne krata enso so atwa ho foni kama ti wonya bia nwan se ja ubekomu sukọ no akenka ni nyina bi kama so de amaite na no pensama se delegate de baye no na ma pese mu bi kama so de ama no me the Ghanaian Times so de etwa so en so be pie mu hase we ye kokobo kese pa ye de ma ye my God ne mu hase nyina se nyakopon June July ni so no wo ba be to ye papa eti se wuti be bia se nsuo ben wana se dam bia wo na ni manimu ya watu se kurase kwa no be kwa akotena so no kwa akotena se kire pone so a na eja wa kwa akotena nsuo ni eti a wati ma san so aba wachi ne sa da woni ema ne de ni nyina be ko atin se last week ye nyina ngudi esi wo ye nkramante ye mpese ebi san so ebesi fie ebesi bi ne krata ka wasem enso e wo hasan so na ya police for ya IGP ni boys ne so mo bo adwuma ye papa wo kopie mu onzema galamse site se mlante maku nsia bia wo mu etutuo de boy ma papa bia wanya mfishia no 45 years no a police for ye hwehwemu atima kwa akwache sankrofo ejina ne krata bo ho amane enso wo hasesan so na ye omo yeshu manufacturing for no okoma se tise kopie mu wato so a ye wo factory kase wo ho no martin yezi agragu aniza na ye man pedi je bia ba be kase se no ba be hwe apeja asa stress obi we ne nam so ama o mababo nti o mo boy man pedi je die mababo baso papa ye ne krata the Ghanaian Times so de ho asem enso de aba me the Daily Searchlight de to so ene so be piem e wo hase so anese ensu toto a ekoso e wo ye enkramate ma ss amanfo ne emewura amanfo dem no ene nam so na gamanche e de nsem bia babonte a wo kire mo ka kire mo se eya anfofo eso mo nkramate mo ma de bia do mo ton asase e de mo mutimu asase be bia me ton asase de mo de tie bia usi dan si wonu ma nsuo be fa no san krofo di gina no mo hwe na ya ncheche san anfofo ni nyina e wo ho no ne krata Abo Manie and so say. Now Ube PM so so as our toys force in Crotafe to so a year me nuno and a muka say, yeah, I am a phenomenon Ghana. Ya ending and yadi equal BMT to Tanya, the Abeco hold mu be me aqua pebbles at the Efrono Sanso, and so my Ghana must over say a quainsa ye dear Yasika ye dene, or for trot or cranoka say, I got 10 pesos and Pukrana the man was 10 pesos with them in Perin and Napso, and Mamoka say, Quanya Yesikan, yes me a don't know. A yadia be high dachi papa penekrata Daily Searchlight in so our home amanye and so our have for the metro lanes and fan sorry and krata in naso and so will be PM krata fair tosso a yemi and son as a summit via bona basu papa ye e was said you made their word no good board no I will upon no home board into a bona above so say or no and a public sector CEO of the year and a krata e can was and so ever has a winner be an edge working can in become so eddy and my son so and IGP wa promote eyene man no ai ukopie watin se na brown region dwumadie bi ekoso anasa attack bi anrobi bi koso on ma ye a police for makomaku enum timi bo homode ye papa ma niam bebre na koso wanam so a promote wo mo ne kratai the metro lens so etwa homfoni kama so de abantima menyina the metro lens so na me fa kratai ni nyina FNC na ya se wan fa da kanyina fa meto asoma yetifo a dane dan na mo jebreti Kumaso Light TV TV era face friends of Ken TV nyakopon bo a man de bedi nhyiamu bi because ye ko weekend china Saturday Sunday aye kwa akwaji ani enti nyakopon bo man de ye sanso be hia wo fidie wan na ya sewa
o de fiada dru se dia na ho priwo
da bia me ko
de bia na fiada na ye kwaji ani aya kasa mi kwaji meni na ja ye kwaji wo na kwaji ani
na ya ye kwa akobon paye
wo
ye kwa Achia Mountains
oh
na ya sewa
ebusi amamuntie no ATP the days of the week ni na de nani je ho pa fiada essence wo kofiada wo beba agese Monday and wo be adwuma nyina mia me ho na me hu se wo kwantu de eni je no aya no waji ni ba mesra wo ya na wato bo so fa umbrella nso de won se nso na shase a egugu empese Monday obefre so na meba na nsuo ne hyase ese to na kamie sikwan so ye mpesa ntin mesra wan fa umbrella me wobi e wa hase ntin no ya na me
kwa na majeko
ha wo kwa se be ya Monday obeti bia yera ase sense me ba won kata ne mu no wodi ne nyina som ye mabegyafo so ai radio mo ba betena se na eja ya twetwe enkomo ede afa ye my Ghana ho na eye South Africa womo ne womo nsensem ya jese Ghana fo wo honom womo ma womo nya asomdwe no eno na South African activists wakasa wode nsem bia tudwa se sisi anede womo de pama womo pama South Africans na so obi yanko de krom no but aye techire pa ne say Africa needs to rise again. The leaders of Africa was womo ye bibi pa e de maya my Ghana any other African countries it womo pama obi aso obi yanko na obi ya enko ye ne kro ye in fact some womo de tudwa no na jase nkrofo wo mani abede ankasa measure so be kan ho ne yakọ na yakọ akotie South African womo activists in some of the tudwa ne nyina no
we're going to block your face because we are going. So if they bring my face, imagine my mother.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I'm also young for that. You see, she will feel bad that I've traveled to South Africa and
then
so please, you shouldn't.
Now we're going to block your face
because we are going. As we are going this Friday, we are going. Yeah, my elder staff goes. So me, I'm going on this Friday. So please, I can't even kneel down and beg you that I shouldn't bring my face.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to kneel, my sweetie. If you're saying you're going, and if you're saying we must block your face, we will do exactly that, right?
Yeah,
but also, the reason why we are here is we also wanted to, before you even go home, you must understand, because we are trying to avoid a situation where instead of going home, you'll want to go and travel to other countries. This is the time for us to build Africa. We are very confused, Uguti, why with your brother, the one that you guys were working with, why people were saying we are harassing people. We had such a peaceful engagement with him, like we are having with you now. Ne? And we gave him a message to say it cannot be correct that see how you guys are, how young you guys are.
Yeah,
beautiful, young, intelligent, capable, but you have got leaders that are collapsing our countries. Yeah. The reason why you've left Ghana to come in another country to do nails is because your leaders have failed. Yes. If they have not failed, you are not going to be here. Nobody likes to, in my understanding, nobody would just want to migrate for no reason, right? Yeah. So we want you as the youth to go and do the same back at home. Familiarize yourselves with your laws. When it comes to anything that is under the informal market, the Ghanaians must occupy those jobs and businesses. Yes, we should not have foreigners that are coming into your. We can block it. We can block you. You don't have to worry. I promise you. I'm not going to do something that you don't like because you
get to at the airport.
Online.
No, with your brother, for example. Oh yeah, now you're gonna go there.
Yeah,
you're now a celebrity.
Yes, you'll be trending. Meanwhile, we are going home.
Yeah. Nobody got ashamed. Yeah. No, I hear what you guys are saying. But when I was speaking to the community leaders, I said to them, we want to engage this the young ladies that are there. They need to understand where we are coming from. We are saying we cannot keep allowing African leaders to collapse our countries, and once they collapse and take everything, after looting everything, you are forced to migrate and look for greener pastures in other countries. It's unfair. Yes, and now you find above Victoria that are coming to question you. You don't even have peace. And I can promise you, there's not going to be peace as long as Africans refuse to fix this continent. Even there in your European countries and Asian countries where some of you guys will want to run to, you will be chased away. Let me be clear. We're going to ensure that all of us in Africa, we are all in our respective countries and fixing them. See, Ghana now is one of the largest gold producers. Yes. Ghanaians are not supposed to be suffering, but we have left it in the hands of the wrong leaders. Now, see what they did, what your leaders did with Emmanuel. They made it seem like they are heroes, but they forgot that the reason why Emmanuel and your kind are here because they have failed. Now, by they love Ghanaians. They don't love you guys. Because if you love your own children, you are not going to let them go look for food next door. You are going to ensure that you provide for them. So they must not come with this, because even now, once they hear us complaining again, they'll say, hey, it's xenophobia. No, your leaders have failed. Ghana leadership has failed. They need to correct in fact, for them to correct, it has to be pushed by you guys. Next time when I visit Ghana, I'm going to come there with my passport. And once I've reached an expiry date, or even before it expires, I'll come back to South Africa. I don't want a situation where I become an unwanted guest in Ghana. Yeah, but more than anything, even now, if I ask you guys, where are your documents? You're going to show me a passport.
No, as for me, he has collected because we are doing my tickets for me. Friday I'm leaving, that's why.
Yeah, but you were doing this job without a visa. This, remember, it's a job it's a business in an informal market. According to South African laws, as a foreigner cannot operate a business in the informal market, right? That's our laws. And you can't argue and say I don't know, because it's your duty and responsibility to familiarize yourselves with the laws of any country you want to migrate to. We need to give you direction. When you get to South Africa as a foreigner, these are the jobs that.
Okay, to South African, one more activist no and was say Ghana for enko wo mu kromu na wo mo enko siesie wo mu kromu na je se brofo akasia na wo kenyina no eno no na no kwa be fontain time fidie no so a one of the stories so a trendy ye papa yes say ade Botswana for so wo mo akate electricity a South Africans for woman sa eka, but uremu a me pacho sa abraham no mo kase Botswana woman mampeni a ye friend no Duma Buko waba bonten aba be kasa de afa ho se sa reports na aba no xenophobic attack a se koso no mom no unfortunately entesa na se Botswana mpo de ade a woman no nya electricity free South Africa ntino vice versa bom and woman sa so akasa womo chese yade a chese nkitawudi a South Africans ene Botswana for womu ntem no ade a wo ma hye mu kena kyese mu apia nkasa into no South African fombom ene ma Botswana for electricity but social media no so baby abefe bia no reporter kyese efri honom eba eno no me communicators for today so atena se amene wo mo eba aba betwetwe enkomo ede afa de ekoso ewo yemanga na ho Albert Boaten wakasa ede ma MPP amanyoko ni saso ena Kelvin Owusu Williams ono so ekasa ede ma NDC amanyoko na mema wo munyina na kwa abashonko ede aba dwumedie so Kelvin bibi aboko de
bibi aboko joso
NDC mutese
Kumasi online NDC so ayi
okay na se bibia ede da na akwa so
bibia ede da na akwa so
Matia Albert bibi aboko
ye hu na edin amemu ne nkui dipa so de wotu omem na se se pe wo se o man penny for du gugu akwan mu na wotimemu ne ho hare wo no nkui a eden at least on shedanya okisa ba iguso emi ni kakra so much 1.5 years akakra na ya to betia wo
Matia yenre mo embre no continue ya hwe xenophobic attack video ya yekobo ba ye ya ja wo hwa wo se Africans mu nyina mu nko mukrom na mu nko fixe mukrom sanse sanka mukro ya ka there's no way abe free Ghana ba be pio South Africa say oba be hye obi more ene obi eni echi e dia mana Albert wa me sha se mfemfem ho video ye ko hwe you take on
say in fact in some way so e was South Africa no say we nipa na wo tema e de ma yonko nipa na wo TV e che na wo kura mobile phone e ze wo hwede ekoso na are wo sem say yenya o man bia ma wanya Ghana fo ayaka die e ti say South Africa o man ya mribi twem Ghana fo kun ye ho de ma sa xenophobic attack ye ka during Nelson Mandela mo time sa apartheid no we say start say ye moa ye de mamu
Kumasi online
Kwame Nkrumah de mamu sika oso de bremu e ba ya be kan jiji so sika de mamu e ma Nelson Mandela the former president of South Africa o free prison be over be da Ghana for ase e do me be na South Africans munya passport ye mamu visa kran vanko the western world na mo be ye passport e Ghana ni ya pe visa de na mo de ko ye sanso ye ya mamu scholarships e mana mo bagana hanom bia you say foreign affairs ministry wono e wona na international hostel ya na mo da wa South Africa di enka monya Ghana fo so mfa so bebre ya nke ni ko say ye kra de senka e bi before kra na enka mo mpe wo ma se mane kenye Ghana fo because ye kuyen ho amamo sa o ma we na over 30 years one of our biggest mining company here in Ghana hanom South African for dia uko gold fields a mo dia mutu gold na sika se na muja no ye kra percentage o mkura mpo no 10% muku kru sika ni nyina na mo de akọ South Africa ye nka mo hwe go to ShopRite South Africa for their Stanbic o mo dia MTN o mo dia chese mumbu Ghana for to the sense say DSTV sa time Sam George honorable e ka say the musi charge o the whole Africa ye charges na e wosro enti mo hwe na monte so no mo kan je za monte so e ma ye Ghana for kra ye minister no na ye ne no enya menteme wan say ade to bi fini mem aba be bi adwuma no ne mra wo pe ana ne hye ya wo pe na ode e ba be hye yekun ni nyina ye ne mo na ke wotumi bi ase na ke enso etimi pam ni wotumi bi e bi se ke etimi pam na afede e de na o man ya ye yeku ye ho de amamo afede mo pam ye o yonku bibini a ne skin ne tuntum de se wo de o pam ne say onko ni ku no ngonko fix in the country there's a Ghana for say yes we are say person fix the country ya ye ready into all the South African companies o Ghana nyina no ye pam na mo de pam ye hyemo amaton companies na man South Africa mo be gina infa it's quite unfortunate any ana me ya say African say African Union African Union this is the time wasn't ki who say e bibi man ka bum ku na Kwame Nkrumah mo time and Nelson Mandela mo ne Ebu Sakara and Professor Lumumba and the others aye o madwen say on be ka bibi man nyina abom na nkia ba ba ye ba ko ne nya ahoden ni aye adwumaden ama African yakoye nim samre na nka wo say yehu bete ba no African Union no matiada South Africa man panyin Cyril Ramaphosa ono so the same thing watiada was on crowd ade crowd agene nsem the whole president our memu for kunkum amanfo bo amanfo yo yaka de no wo si age wonsem na ne ka western world ne ka beto share so anga be de eyenim go ase recently na one of the opposition leaders Julius Malema say Ghana for ne bia evacuate wo no is unnecessary but is as me di no ho ya wapa wonim say e ba beto aba bia mo ba beto aba e na sa de we say ekoso o mo ba beto aba bia na opposition parties no yaka de meanwhile wo Malema insu no one of the biggest opposition party in South Africa no economic freedom fighters wo de wo na wo lead it is over be ka kire say adinta ye nya abotse ne mo antra table na ya anye bibia wo ne kwan so na ye fo ye di putupuru evacuate ye nkrofo do mapagana ne ye ma ewiase ne hu say South Africa for min papa yampa because since 1994 and I'm start here sa nyamra semu mo bugana for sa me nipa be 3 a mo shuti wo mo e was South Africa ye nka hwe e se Ghana for ye se ye mpentokwa ye nya ya adwe se ye be kuntu best na ne say Ghana ni a we na adwe bia so ba Ghana bia no Ghana aban ye nhye se de be ya obekwa ko fa ne ma because international laws and as diplomatic laws no e wo mu say e wo say se obi wo ma so a wo bo se nipa no ban me won so bonya ready December we so enter was munkunkum ye nkrofo because adi ye koso nyina no ye mo na mo hye ase na adi ntina asa gigigi no mo ye no of course South Africa on ma Ghana ni be na so big company to set shop rights and I say empty and I say Stanbic Ghana ni be na adi ntina mo fa mo mre to asa no ko Cape Town be bia mo fu no ku kese no and I even Victoria kwa adi ntina mo ko no ye be before na mo say ye mre ye ntime ne munye na matiesi abonten so na enye me ngoma because omo mpebre Ghana no baba be yitri wo baba je se mo rekeke wo so wo ji wadwuma na se adwuma ngiti na ne okukuru sika kase na ko be big company e wo mani mo anka mbere
all right
enti ano do mo ye ne de yo mo ye na no odin omo hwe no mo se san omo adwen anye sa because me be ba omo bia mu youth no ye wo ma omu buade na se omo so betima resist say yes when you okay all the South African companies monso monkwa e dey bad na dey beba enti ano odin asem no ti aya na ayewem
all right Albert Medawase Kelvin mamintie was who take one days no for big attack
I say nyama bebre na be kana me na yedin e dey kan aka no me dey kan abo Ghana man Ghana ban na baso because asem ne ba e wanyine ni amane manfo already some comments ne ohwe media post ni bia Nigeria for air policy and be evacuation ba asem ne ba na foreign ministry amakoye sa Ghana for na ba nipa be 300 edikan ba aya na kra menya na tie say some Ghanaians working in their mining firms e person mo yeden omo bo omo krom ni nyina aye nemu South Africa for money and in ye because command bia be sa enche say yom because during the apartheid system no Africans support yom ye pa men ka sa Ghana for nko a omo man no Africans abo omo ye pa na amrofo omo krom ye adwuma omo ni problem bia with that one na omo say before na ye wa bibi man mu no ye nyina ye nipa ba ko je say artificial borders bi ni twa mu mo sin ye de ye free mu krom because yes em ma ye mbra ye krom a na so omo ni and ni ye na mo ye Ghana for ne de ye support Pan-Africanism ye nim so more firms be brewa ha Goldfields MTN ye be just say other African countries some remain come and more attack on but mind for South Africa dia so kokko form ba and am at say no more request say yen licenses near sign for mo bi no mo mind that's Goldfields for no and no de nya de so my aban yes ade no or yes I Ghana for boni because almost the end day yember ekrom yembe ekrom ye which is a good call do at 18 years yaka de because and just say obi because wa unia bibi ni o krom o bono because o si waji wadwuma ye but emrofo na wo krom on de o you okay with them e before na wo yoma yaka de intien so ye bibia de besi bia the sports positives e inti Ghana for no mo brefie na yen den ya yembe be odi o man na ya ye pe no already na aban na dom we've been able to restore hope, that's economic stability in TSC. Uye business our own through say and now kota ade bechina eswa e bona kosro nti omo mbrefi na e Goldfields no so yen farmer Ghana for na yen den yen mine
But don't you think it is also? I don't know. Say me so I don't know me. I somehow say it is good. They should come home and fix their home. Because ukro ya Nelson the san can share that ye juma bia Nelson kekenti ubetu every Ghana kwa copy and will be mem say okwa channels. So come home, do something in your home. Don't you agree with that?
Oh, me jitum pass Ghana for them brief your name be my knee because aside ayaka dia na omo ye betima ka say nipa na omo pa mo free omo krom ni omo national interest omo interest say dey yen so yen bra your krom because e bia so one na Ghana for be so complain say nkofo be stress ni ma sa Niger for yes social dey yen so yes dey
yen so enko ai
to mo say yanko aye dey me dey me try Ghana for no so mo ye dey omo mo dey ambra ni be my knee na emum see yetimi nationalize your resources na and also be boy.
Yes, because we share a year activists here. Also Ghana crowd dey more gold, more a lot of resources. What is sika koko so? Mo crowd dey kwa zanka. Mo I will be free Ghana mpokas wo ko obi memu with everything na yewo. But ejuma ni bi ni henti no. Wo bi wo hono ma ne ma me ne papa koko ofo no akoton. Wo ko country ben ya me ko Arab country ko ye ejuma ben ya me ko ye made wo hono. If something good is in our country, ye man penny for ye bibi papa e be boa ye ya. I am not sure some go viva sasa ni eme free aso wo ko ye made wo bi krum. Ade ejuma wo Ghana hank wonye.
Bebre now so education ka ho. Eno na me university student bi kasa. University student yesterday. Osi onya ye crop be free o mine mu kra no akoshe Morocco. O ko ye den o Morocco, nim de okoye o ho. Osi onya ye be free o mine makoshe Morocco.
He's tired of this country.
Bebre na omo nim de ntia, omo nim de ko so mo dwen so okoye no ye. Even in America kra enye easy ma om. Na imagine we free Ghana say o ko Morocco, o ko South Africa because they've been misled. Omo nim say o tu kwan na o ko akoye. Ente sa obetima tena o mine mu ayi.
All right, here we your next topic for discussion. Chronic floods in Accra. What is the government doing about it and who is to be blamed, Albert?
I say we meet here. I am the third and I'm in Agyapong. Abai ni kwa say ebo abai subo. Ni kwa say yisu free abai da. Say insu yiri. Yiri fire abai mramebo. Me president I mean we see the national resources. Zikaga krama gada meeting there in Puntu Juma. This is not the first time I experienced flood. Ghana, the first year was around the early 1930s. The first in Ghana. And let me, my main can say, sir, early 1930s now, in Sweden, you Kenya and Ghana. Kobe, I use only first, no. The Coco check say, so nice in Sweden buying you. Go to a say that circle the Odo River. Afibia ye diesel still no ensuba. Inti abande ya so brachi we jaba with ye ken kwabe ne fa so a insulin ba Ghana Water Limited and I say Ghana Water Company Limited. And almost say dam no arising about 48 feet. It was almost spill and also mu bien sunu. Ne bi ba betsen. And no say Ghana yemre mu no. Engeni kwa say nipa usi dan 100 meters close to insu. 100 meters. As we say, I won't say a dear body na ye. You will sika, Ubia person what's no krum. A African penny person what's no krum baby at the Omo bridge woodin coma. As the car for no more cobe be crown on cottage mukro. They said the Casapre could see you YDD. Forest baby no chini crew. By a quadam no necocoche. 100 meters na ye can go yes they are close to 20 meters. It was almost a ensure dear. I adeba kwa wintimi controls you because the moment you know obebi no baby ane kwana bia na woko ti say wo share baby adam iwe e fa un say enkran assassin so I people e fa ba be fa kuapem ba be fa mampon makati onua ne sa sha osudoku no e ye be poso it the moment you no be guso no e the speed e ne beba it is speed na de beba no enso ne kwan na down no so na nam so wo sikenti no se bi enso ne kwan e bia 20 meters wider wetimi amia wani ile gata fia de ama ensuo no it is ensuo no speed na difference so no ba no e de ebebuso yiri na ebe yiri enti adenti na Ghana yen hemra na yen kase wo a wo dan bensuo ya enru sa entra 100 meters yen bungu because that was last year March sa anti-flood task force yɛn president etie no wɔn adwuma ne sɛ anamoko ne nam nsuo no kɛkɛ na mo agiska is only in Ghana na wɔn sɛ obi start project of gata of filling nsuo na yɛ de stop work ababa base was still na no yɛ adwuma district assembly so wɔn adwuma ne sɛ adenta yɛ di ɛho abro saa wonim sɛ baabi a wo si dan ɛyɛ waterlogged area ɛyɛ flood prone area adenta na sɛ no sɛ wo dey also host not even Accra alone come to Kumasi wo koti usia sikani kakraka bi pa wo kroma na ma da kodwo mo honom wa affiliate teche na wo skenti wa ye project wo ye na e wo ye okay no wo ma to aso enti ade no say ye challenge nature wo ntimi challenge nature wo ye there one day e be explosive wo ye utwumu tan enti me no a time na Greater Accra Regional Minister and even me say na enkran hene no so eni kwa so mo ha wo because Ghana for eni pa won ya dwete say aboa se wan hyemra amanipa ye emrofo na ye komu kroma ye kokosua de from no omo magimi chen yo sabi ba emra chechire wo mo emra chechire mo pampe wo de camera bo ekwan so wo se wo de udu kroma ko bia ko not more than 50 koma no 50 obi akran frɛ eda ho na pile e jade ntina Ghana ye o district assembly o sorry a eno answer what in the office the district engineer planners and as almost tiwo eno answer what in the office eno answer obi so osika no wa fail gata no wa feelings you ateche wo so wate ateche no wa fail o ma ne concrete na wo sine nso yenya na yedi ho abro yenya na yedi ho abro etine mebo ma me president and come ha me because Ghana for ya so odin eno answer ka the excavators akwa kosi wo who take measurements 100 meters away say you close to you na bugu because sa we jagba we no o hwa obi esidan ya dia bensu
enso ne chipe
eno no said that afibia no da no yebie afibia yebie minim Ghana for ya adwen te say aboa ba kura ya adwen te say aponche afibia onum say yes pelinsuo no because Ghana water woman say eye mabusu anu mu amia ebebu it was a year in Yansasua. Once to Tobrim, a fair crown about Bericasi, a fair pan about Bericasi. It's Ghana say near and yet dear. Yeta, because I'm running a beshe. Ye enforce a law, no, the Yansa, your parliamentarians, a co parliament, and your maybe will be a Sibia Ghana Shibi. Bem Radians to the Nimbraso. It's immediate, sir, in Sweden say you idiot. A bank a beya, only in anima to Memufono. No moon said ye. As what they so far sorted.
Okay, Albert Yabada Kelvin. Recent flood just a question one crime team no wo share a wejagba we so dey ya wo mabia. In fact, buildings are near say no. I think so quite the urban 70 videos be am boy any ade nyina no. What would be your take on this issue? Who is to be blamed and what should we do about this?
Okay, flood in the idea. Ese nneɛma bebree nkɔfoɔ agyapadeɛ ne nneɛma mabrenya ese ne nyinaa I'm focus here poor drainage and sanitation but before that ne mede kan abo assembly na chi before asan obi abi si dan we bi no ɔkɔ assembly kɔgye permit ananya sa Oti assembly honom unim sa hanom si akɔ ekosi dan nso to ɛhɔ bɛri still na wakɔ anim akoma no permit so on si dan no osi dan ne wi afi na mo be demolition eya me hwɛ videos ne bia obi esidan ene niam boy din like sika ho edi do o man mu ayeye ba still na untimi obi esi abanhwo ne aba bedwira go because ensi ba bi papa ne nyina so municipal assembly ne ma no permit on fan kosi dan no inti municipal o mo te wono mo hwe no mo ye o madwuma ye unim sa ha no mu sei ensuo na asase ema obi permit ema ne kosi dan wo no aside that ma me fo no so ya ka ho bi insuo to no obi akohwie ngura go nsuo imagine Ghana ni o aya kire ye claim say your morals insuo to na Ghana ni akohwie ngura go nsuo minim se ode okotugu baby a ahia na ye beje no onko hia o sen a ode obetu ngura go nsuo na be affect ye nyina uko keti anwumre kra de a ore kra betimi awo keti anwumre de bi na me hwe video bi a kinzu ba de das bin se ba obi se ebisi ne store ne munti yenyi das bin se ne free o enso ko ha anwumre pa ho obeka se yenyi ne pa na ye adwuma wo no ko chenzu nti Ghana for na yen sesa yesu ban na nya bibia na ban be aman aban on free ne fie mba me den emete ogata mu ma sure enye bibia na ban be ama and omo we in charge of sanitation so omo nyom adwuma yi onim say so by this time we mo yesi so hwe no omo ye den omo clean onum ti say keti asay e km no so hwe no omo yesa omo ye onum yi enye time bia na bibia ba ko blame central government no local government yes no fa so ano no we nyina ye adwuma
and I think then so kra no be say say na region bi ho no ma first Saturday of every month e bi so ye last Saturday
omugusu ye me dey me town of municipal mostly they do it honorable Sadat omotai enye honko am eastern region New Jabin of they be idea MCs na lady sanitation day every week
because it is serious. It is serious a country like Ghana. Say na okeke tia say enefia dey say ya pun adwuma wo de kodu ho no be ye 9 be ye 10 you would begin to ask yourself say are there higher refuse dump na bole etwa santema ye hie nyina ho ne ye be hwie gu ana it's a no. So I'm still shocked. I will say, idea so that Mguzwaye. Say, should there be a once every month in the ABM more? You best penny for what they say, twice every month to cry. Monya say, should there wiki be a dabakuna mube this one, Mobia be a store, young fancy, Kroma, and also Babua.
Your problem in supervision. After see a quiet cleaning Saturday, no, ya baby to say, you could there, send your kids, I feel, Nanababe goons and a sadian. Here we are, a quiet on be maintained home. Ye be ya no be in any
because me
ye be program no mass yan koyo almost yes yo
that is when na wo mu onim eto de bia hu wo ma bie na no pa ne mpo no wo ma siesie ho awie no enumre ne mpo na abekọ no e chense wo ma siesie ho ano
esa de na deliberate omo sheda no mo ye because adentina say ye be ye bibo what say kwesi ebedu awukude a wo bekọ ehọ nya finda ebedu awukude a case anya finda One and normal de kotwom for nwumre hwore kra be wo.
Oni mebre otumfo ne maame free mu a wo mu epame amanfo free Dr. Mensa hone ade hu. Meni ATP nam honom ye hyeda nanti free menhia eba Katia. Ye ba nam si say na hatie minim da. Chese hu pure rubber mpo fom. That place is very neat. So yenya ye ukwanam hokra na ehoche ye. If the supervision is the problem in Shubia, then we have a long way to go as a country. We have a very long way.
One thing is say about sanitation. They also you blaming them more pa is the MMDCs. For that one day, me blame me the technocrat and I say ordinary citizen. Because me say me store we do. And I'm a tonema way too. Na me de kie me abeti tikita mami. Me ma se de ne se me pra me de bola no and I sing remember be gu me store. E kie me ase de so ba be sing.
Do you know something? One time we had one of the women womo ba hanum say and then their complaint too was say na MPP was no na anka car esi hono ma opra na odi ekogum opra na odi ekogum by the end of the day na nipa no obebie store no pebia na KM beje no wewie no saa inwa na wosan kwa akoto egum no yetumi de car ni kosi otumfo run about honom na imagine say obi wo boss FM a opra ni nwa na just wo de kwa to Kate otumfo start hono na wodi kogum ni mpo no yesa pasa jiusika nti obi wo hono ma she doesn't know he or she doesn't know nentia matue ska ma KM na me kotu mi nwa ga kra egu so yesa so charge me nti ene me just kwa
it was a sika ne de chire mai. I was say at least 5 cities, 2 cities be also what you say. Take it now, we try the amount. You man now ba be any so fast take it no. And our proud ball and doesn't mean say me try take it when Mati came amount take it into no. And you can say with your ball sika. Me problem is say KM and Kasankasa a big issue. Well, that was last month. Zuba. Eka says oko baby a KM a day or more. Ball and the corner. I think that's cool. Say cousins who call no ma. Yema. The name be some say the cost was around $6 million almost almost day. A phone car. Nami be some say baby a 2 ball egu keke on my yema. Ghana we serious in this country. Baby I got 2 ball egu.
Why?
It's yet me. Hey, nene si kana mbaje jama for no yes can mo de day.
Okay. And I also talking about flowers. Your best rabbi, no. In your name say. Or dollar go online. A time came and a businessman engineers and planners CEO Mr. Ibrahim Mahama or an adwin say ko beti mama na yeti say o ma abina stop no even later crash Kabiko Parliament $43 million say on Monday say oti lagoon no bat o ma anya edwuma ti best abina so onye den ya ba yidie ya ba say ya be den ya be research into onye den o hwe no onye den o Monday say oti lagoon ni mai eno se be bo ama flooding eso akofem.
It's not about the wood disability and answer way. You see, there's a few people say you could say odor river. But bizarre say, what they say, you say, what's now, what compound that? Baby, is so an boba pan. And I think you know, boss or chairman. Bizarre say, and you have to do say, and the whole odor river no, call a yinim no. They plastic waste Google. Pure tarabe snake take away near. And say, Emrana and Yajuma. Timmy na China wudwane ko emro mo che na nyamra keto me se ye kasa ese ko Japan wudi o mani sika ne echiwa o mba chiwa butu sika beje afiri obusuafo asade wo sika koto fundaka hadi tsaga na yeso so yonso sa obi tire insua no o bizawa so opra nura no de kokugo yefa intimna na o se ye hye de kinyesa da bia na ga ye to mema
as a politician so amebua ye we yeah ye say na ye to abani politicians are also scared say they will take a move meanwhile so no say when you were near and too free now because you came to serve the country 4 years you do not man to aban farmer Ghana
yeah the panajudi keke
but say beka say na ye to aban na another came Zuba and the year odisi we na ye to aban and I end this for mobile moon run here and I'm here say nipa no so try so be say
nipa dey agree to say we you
it's one person ye beka say ye to aban farmer dey and me nya kura mpo biom
ko obi wonu ma like say wan hye na obi didi boom odi nso beguma si wo say bia 5 days time was an be didi chance ni mu and
no fa fa call room
enti na ye kora abdo ne ma me motia ye no ade we wo say wo ye ni sei tinipa anga sa adwen dan tiri mu no Debbie, Semra na anya adwuma pa na yam panish amafo sivilia. Eyesa na be. Ne dentine sikani ete se wa betimia. Na ye force o se nya kokotena ku. Won say dey esu be yiri. Me esu ni kwan no no amba bem no wonko. Wa wo challenge nyankopon. Me say ye kwan so. Adakoja achi. O talaji sa o left. O ma feeling so na ono akọ first excavator. Enu we twa yitia de amansu. Wo challenge nsu. Ti adwene de kromasika fo mu na haye. Adwene da yiti mu ankasa nipa bibini na ankasa adwene da yiti
Ghana government to restore Galamsey land minister Ena Eka Sasenwe Kelvin
Kumasi online
land minister say Obaba restore Galamsey lands na just say baby aye tu gala just say hono mi nyina na asase na say ne ade nyina no Obaba restore
Galamsey adia e ha o mai even 2024 campaign any issue pa na Ghana for one complaining about Galamsey na ye ba mu so abana show commitment on your ambassador Galamsey no person e den stop it do enye adwuma keto ade inti na Ghana for my 4 years no nti ye ba 1.5 years then ya e kire se Galamsey no ye pese ye nsi ano kwan ye ba 9 months adaroma yetima sizi about 500 chan fines imagine senka chan fines 500 si ke gusu sinsu ma ka den ne besi sesi a ti aban ne de wa committed say Galamsey no obetu asiye na blue water guard si so adaro ma mo boy so no ban kakra Galamsey ne de enyo okoketua ba aban na ye committed ye be ho adwuma ye sure say by before on say ye be free aban ne de na Ghana fo ani age okona ya kono ho pa.
Okay, yeah, Albert.
Oema.
Government to restore Galamsey.
Na Ghana you to Galamsey wa. Sam na bibisa ho. Galamsey ko so wa. Asempa. Land minister na kaza asemu isi. Me kwa na me feel say bia omo ba abemu 2025. First quarter of 2020 and then can you to Galamsey wa Ghana ibi. Because you know no man this for na employer ye ba abemu 2017 na Galamsey ye okwa ne ku tempa wo Ghana anuma na ye nya ho twabre bia na ye nyi nti nya ye mampanyi na da akofo ado or the 2 years ban eto Galamsey so se no Galamsey activity bia na be koso Ghana na menu mienu na ye hu se what the ban toes no within first 4 months you say Ghana in Sododo na galamsey SM na eniti ema the galamsey yes ne cry o ma adwen say omontwema akofoado because what 2 manu aduane egu enti 2 years na hye dan so papa na ye no mu nyina atena se na yidi ano babae ana say discussion yes I do be kwan papa e be fa so a ye be ma galamsey na no abrase no ese ba bi Nyankopon bo na PC na ambonsam so etoto ni ku bi e wo no na inuan man dis fo na mochi e de ye campaign say montomaye ba e ba ma mo kwan motu mu galamsey omo kan sa asem ni Ghana for asuma ma 2020 general election almost all the galamsey constituencies and I say constituencies na galamsey wo bia no ye lose ni nyina free ensa e ma parliament e ba be pae Ankoda, the current CEO of Wood Board, and so could now one of the rivers Ghana, a press conference. Ebu insu, egu vote about to move Ghana for say Ghana insu ayen and number so now say they are done tea, sense chocolate in the Ghana for every. Tenenga me pese in the year on sunya 2 million na ye di good e share ne say se ono na emwa magalamsi nkoso Ghana no. Me pese nko ye press conference. Nenga on kire insu ba ko pe a wetimi ama eniati. And on the chain throne na da NDC for Ichaye at the Babe to Ghana force. Because recently I joined you say some investigation we say galamsey activities say cost no a triple the next cost work for the time 3 times under President Mahama administration 3 times ama yinya party mpanimfo allegedly ebobo mudin so mutu galamsey ni bi yinya national securities Omukrofo ya omukwakobo yensa asomban no they are involved in the galamsey inti galamsey kone de NDC for na kasankasa ewo mu bi omu na etu omu hu say eno na bebo amu manya sika because gold board na even abeto gold na free yenya yen president na beka say mpo say yasa ne say na gold board eto gold ni free galamsey for no a eso won fa so chen say omudi gold ni be kwa mononi akwakotom be boa
na the thing is here no and some land minister can say insasena previously or right now asay no galamsey for afuntuma asase ni asase no asay na ye can say yensase ni nyina ye kodwo taw de ye bibia ye no this time no wo mo na ba be ye bibia se ne enuan kra ne ade a won be chai wo possible best wo mo be due sanuan said ye be ya asase no ebe san so aye fertile bio.
They said this is not the first time I walk as so Baba reclaiming land. They say who follow land minister now because na the spokesperson me o me pa Kabori. This is not the first time enti eye na there because I don't know what so kwa reclaim no crop for na eye. The original chairman and no more born so now I some now boy in the other forest. Na ma adwe kra me say ko mba po na galamsey nkoso bi ye ntu ofumo gudu
so I not see the works of the NDC
follow now it's west na galamsey me say from Anyankwanta okwa de kokadu nko roadside ni nyina
that's what mo de ba sisi an say bi obi ye legal miner you can just you know Ghana is large it's at least you can prompt them
one of the Agyapong wa biaja constituencies and say party chairman enetu galamsey no manti Joseph Yami o ma monidi o mu ze etu galam ma mo medada Ghana for at least ye nya man panyin bi a wodi 2 years total ban mo ga say mo ba within mo first 100 days we be declare state of emergency Satan Professor Jampu no na we share you for echi you tag for echi o mo be cost strike and o be say na Sam George na baby na Samija Mfi na baby na wan na e na mo ba say mo nyina no mo na munya na mo microphone itu ti be na wait me reclaim land na
yo so to you no dey some
land on me o Canada a che Ghana for unze mo NDC amemu no e settings bi wo kan me unze mo bo adwuma gidi best backgrounds now
you want to say something okay
mini ane kasa o say NDC for 2024 year campaign ya say galamsey e be ma galamsey for tu enye sa na ye kan ye problem ni say mo chinko for na unis carbeto excavator akọ prison so mo ye galamsey yes me o galamsey campaign so wo hono ma no find the galamsey ne mo you when ya mo and am watch young boys no mo near adwuma because galamsey reason unemployment is na go for galamsey nti yenso ya ba by mass committed government nipa bebre e court their regional chairman or court because of this galamsey do mean to me claim so ya galamsey because judge in ka bi afa ho ye aside that no say who you my free galamsey mo dey say o pay adwuma ma ye ba by mu adwuma rap program ye dey abama you see youth ni bi nye adwuma ye also national apprenticeship program yi ni na ba so mu jai galamsey na aban na obibi ma and na 24-hour economy so ye ho adwuma be fans na be free aban mu die na say inyuma bebre aba mai mu
yatia wona wo kanti ija ye beje atumu saa wona wo free aban ni mu ba na wo ka se mu free aban mu da 24
national apprenticeship program no mu na the buy akofo at the time na bi ho wo ba ye adwuma mu a ye won krofo bebre aban ne mu ne ma ye de ye adwuma hairdressers bebre bi ho no and he was talking about 24-hour economy I say me mother so kan even the originator of the 24-hour economy yen president onu kwa wontimi chirechiri na wontimi achem say mo say 133 me boa eduma ba ko 3 shifts no dey hu hwi say the man say dey call mo say mo build 24-hour day in market nti say pa na mo ka che Ghana for ke beto aba mamo because market na wusi no ye bi misika na san so ba beji o market is a wusi a store no o de be rent me it won't get job biao yade bin sida
ti me pon anam asasa me niema
yade anati go yema nti wo tia no mu ade esa na opeko bi ato abeko keje ti adwum so kotoko bi isn't saying this they are trying to insult the intelligence of Ghanaians.
There be 24-hour economy enya about say enkoton niema kwam production is even part. There are some firms who have registered with the 24-hour economic secretariat. You share Jumana to say be a firm will produce this kit or the 100 workers within 8 hours. In this hour, you shall see and I be mom. You bet mom subsidies near bia, a be mom business is now operating. In the finances is here or the Nipa 100 and a year Juma or the produce biscuits 200 a day. 24-hour economy, here we are. Obefa Nipa 300 because run 3 shifts. In a day will produce biscuits 200. Obe produce times 3. That's the 133 and also 3 people, 3 jobs, and 3 shifts.
But you know that this wasn't the explanation. Your government, yeah,
that's the 133 that we give.
Yeah,
even the
mo share this whole production thing, yana. Mo debate no ne sa ni mpono. Imagine say edwuma no ke yapon 8. Me na ma ba be remu be ye 9 9 10 11 12 1 2 3. Me konya kawe. Don't you see say the 24-hour economy nankasa it was something I said ba mu tirim keke na so yenka di fanchire Ghana
ye ba 20 sin ba be to aba no say ye kan dia unzen PPD de bia me ka say nipa bia de o mfemfon so wo na akofo ne ba umiamamu no na mfunso be priobet NPP a party bia e ba e bedi Ghana so a efie bia mu nyamfa so efie ko for time about it's a for the say free SHS. Oba the first year no implement you. But you are no buy no 1.5 years ni. Even the 24-hour economy secretariat almost 430. Who's will be a register. We are talking about the demand driven. Any pan I didn't hear na you see no baba bepe. I don't hear can want them no.
Okay, so say the free SHS Oba by man be implemented and we saw the results. It was poorly implemented. Yen pesi a policy in the bay basa said ye free SHS because Oba CE blocks 200 ye 47 instead of you to complete the rest no uja to ho now implement free SHS after na accommodation be a problem next year fa these students be time came krana etimi go school 2 weeks ni amakwan that time na SHS that's free SHS no though it's a very good policy etimi go school ye go na after you go school na ni amakwan 2 weeks next all sign be register for extra classes for 3 months that's vacation etimi ten for 90 days. That's under free SHS. Now go for those free SHS or the double track buy because any properly implemented. I say now or a campaign promise being an already or because we are promising Ghanaians no. But free SHS you cry a idea constitutional crack and once a move. Your constitution I can once a quiet and fast when you know. Intin you buy a CACE blocks 200 because some say they are Odi education ni free nipa never does. Internet 24-hour economy no yati secretariat I de ba be ye adwuma for ye de ba ye den ye planning for policy no because ye team man be ye team implementing the policy because ye share mo bon tin no an say ye be ye den ye be ne e bia sa amamo e ba ne sa akra Ghana fo ene nje ho.
Okay.
I be watch I mean no ka say the free SHS was poorly implemented.
It was poorly implemented.
Just some few seconds. Now it was poorly implemented. Now ya way. Ye di akufo do no say oyo no sika kakra yinya no. E wo say akra bia yinya so mfa so. We go born my GHS onya de but oko SHS oya de. Enti minuanom ya no mo ka say free SHS ameboa na mfa so ni so no. Still mo nyina mutimi ko wie. At the certain private schools all.
Yeah, say free SHS
I did one analogy go on say na private schools all man no mu say now betimi etu na wasen ka woko. Ya benya ba bi oba ye Ghana dey bi akọ free SHS bi ano wa cha o ma misika more than 10,000 cedis. And we say it was poorly implemented.
It was poorly implemented.
Minimum bi SHS or train of deck pass the tertiary. Oko campus say ya enipa is overpopulated. They say yes and which causes nyina. It would not be cast for so you just get access to it.
Okay, last and final topic for discussion. Mahama can't break the spirit of NPP. Titus Global on free speech. But 2 minutes. Albert, I'm into you. 2 minutes.
NDC for the so mangas a woman NPP. Ye near Dean Ewaman, you see. Even Chairman Rollins going to me, that time not so jam move. And no crown NPP to me a campaign. Ye about 4th Republic 1992. And it was so na it me a campaign. Then you have Ghana for the donor kebi mamin kebi amemu as democracy. Yes, we be at me chair na adwin. And then now ba bekan ya she. Bibia no me betimi intimidate here. Because adia wudi so fa so emre bi atwa die. E di ntina wo ba ya wo say sa de na wudi so fa so ndi obi so ba be di so fa so a. Emfa so ni so. E di sa ya kayaka de en nanu ya Haruna Idrisu. Bail conditions of modema Ghana for almost say akazetia was it just was a yen rim say bia obi na adweke na bia wadwo say wakasetia wa woman bail condition they are very huge one crowd want because on him say it will definitely go against NDC party coming 2020 general election because mo can say me brain far akofo adon NPP party mutimi describe a whole tribe so mo saka mo mafias eno yentimi achemo entine de mo ba ne se bia eniema bi ekoso Ghana fo nyina ehu yesi ene mo nya adwen na se ye be kye adwen samso be kye wo de mo koso na mo kye na eno so no ntimi kan hye se eniema ekoso Ghana ne se Ghana fo dodo na ne mo nya adwen ayen kan be koso aka de mo be ye bia ne 2020 Ghana fo na be kye wo mo adwen.
Okay, mamintie won so 2 minutes.
John Mahama administration no enye against this free speech. Enya dia free speech nya dia John Mahama otia ena Okasan so is responsible because Rwanda some time ago somebody referred to tribe be say omo cockroaches and we all know what happened. Into free speech in the honum even though men supported some of the arrest because say court be say the court free speech in the honum back say responsible because say nyina yatete ye Ghana for enye bibia even can you imagine say na yeti ayi atrenchment to ye helicopter crash and no crown obi the politics say seka President Mahama ni free even mo crash President Mahama na eyo me free honum nema bi won man just say the politics because I are awesome and then people for any break kasa say against free speech during their time UTV United Showbiz ombora honum eko attacking for because say the omo can manage home omo time no United Showbiz ombora honum ko attack omo into omo kasa say the omo ye saints. And this is supportive free speech, but you have to be responsible.
Okay, Chia will be able to chia and I answer you made so.
Medical chia, new job enough NDC for. We are not chia thank university for. And to my dear KNUST students, we have to build an SRC for ourselves and by ourselves. And in order to support the rebel agenda, you have to vote for Tunde Oyemodisios as your next SRC president. Okay, you Matia Bushia. Dum shone yaba said ye light ebububu ye ni no de enya asam keto mama be fa musi he ya na ECG for de midi wo machi ade o mo de be ye no enya asam keto lawyer fans ye da mo nyina ase ye papa
said ya brani abrebi amoje bresha sempa na ya asawa me de be so mo ni twedi amponyankopon enhira mo ope ka to a wo be hu Danis garage a wo mo obi e o ma hwe wo ma kira kwa ye kumase asokwa wo mo ni TI Amas e de di hwe nim 0550623377 wo betimi afra Danis garage e wo so na wakọ akwaje o ka production team medamu nyina se ATP nkrata de mu nsebo de bae na ya we so camera ni MCL wo no hwede ma ye executive producer e Mr Daniel Yebo me amitire adwam ni dwumadi e be so mu nso de me di ene na ya sewa ECG fo so be bia mu wo bia no me chiachia mabusha nyame yadoma Monday ye be sa so edi ehia e o show da dwumadi ne so for now ne de makra mu stay safe.